This presentation will attempt to offer a very basic overview of how antioxidant compounds and the food they are contained within are affected by. During the presentation, we will attempt to explain how nutrients, primarily antioxidants, are altered by a variety of cooking methods. Alterations can include changes to the ORAC value, which measures the ability of the antioxidant to absorb free radicals, or even the quantity of antioxidants absorbed through consumption. Finally, some brief tips on getting the most antioxidant value from the foods you prepare. When you think of healthy antioxidant-containing food, you commonly think of raw fruits or vegetables. The general thought is that raw vegetables contain more antioxidants than cooked. However, a recent study has shown that the amount of absorption that occurs, which is a key factor in the bioavailability of the nutrients for the body's use, can be altered by as much as 5 times when the carotenoid-containing carrots were cooked and mashed versus. We will now examine common cooking methods and the changes in nutrients and antioxidants that can occur. Keep in mind these are generalizations and that research into the specific antioxidant may reveal different information. First, we examine boiling, which causes the greatest loss of nutrients. This loss can be increased by the amount of water, the surface-to-volume ratio of the cut food, and the duration of the time the food is in the water. Some examples of these losses are listed. Baking is a dry heat method which can be destructive to vitamin C, B1, and lysine. The higher the heat and longer the cooking time can increase the damage. This is vegetable specific, as many root vegetables can actually have increased antioxidant capacity through baking. Grilling or sautéing is the preferred method for most vegetables, as they are over medium-high temperatures for a shorter period of time and so retain the nutrients. Steaming uses less water and shorter cooking time than boiling and therefore retains nutrients better. While microwaving is good for some vegetables like tomatoes and potatoes, others like broccoli can lose up to 97% of the flavonoid content compared to boiling and steaming, which was 66 and 11% respectively. In examining the ORAC value, which determines the capacity for free radical absorption of the food, it is important to note that this does not reflect bioavailability, so a food with a low overall ORAC value but readily absorbed by the body may be more effective than a higher ORAC food that is less easily absorbed. ORAC values can be altered through processing and cooking in both positive and negative ways. Here's an example of how the same item, raw and cooked, in some cases by multiple methods, can be positively or negatively affected. Of interest is the boiling versus baking of the sweet potato. Boiling decreases ORAC content from the raw level, and baking more than doubles the ORAC value. Here's an example of how the post-harvest processing of the food can alter ORAC value. Canning in some instances can lower ORAC values, while flash freezing seems to increase levels in some instances. In closing, we will look at these general tips when cooking foods containing antioxidants. When possible, the peel contains a large portion of the antioxidant content and should be retained. Cooking vegetables whole or cut in large pieces will aid in retention of nutrients. Reducing the amount of time the items are in the water, as well as the amount of water used, also helps. Using the water the items were cooked in the dish allows the lost nutrients to be recovered. Add high ORAC value spices to your foods like some of the ones listed here because every little bit can help. Experiment with substitutions in your food choices to increase overall antioxidant content, for example using baby spinach in place of iceberg lettuce. Thank you for watching and we hope you found this presentation to be informative. Please view our other presentations on the website as well.